Hello, everybody. Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast where I talk about yarny stuff. Uh, not spinning yet. I will soon, though. And my family, and just all kinds of things. Anyways, so this is, let's see, June 27th, 2023. I couldn't remember the dates on my computer, but I had to look on my show notes. I don't know why. And this is episode 308. I started this podcast as a fun little thing, and I thought, well, let's see how many people I can connect with. And I must say, I love the friendships I've made with all of you. I mean, when you share your knitting with somebody or your craftiness in any way, you are sharing a bit of yourself. And that's why I feel like I have become friends with so many of you. Anyways, you can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. And then on Ravelry, I have a Napier's Knit page. But then for the podcast, we have the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group. And that's where you can go in and you can enter for craft alongs, or you can just chat or leave comments about the show there, whatever. Now on Instagram, I'm knittin_Kim. Knittin, K-N-I-T-T-I-N. Can you believe when I uh, made that up, there was already a knitting_Kim? Yeah. So I just did knitting and it worked. And I usually say knitting. I'm knitting. Anyways, okay, so, I need to find those. I'm an affiliate with Michaels and I'm an affiliate with Knitpicks. What that means is there are links on my show notes on the right hand side. And if you want to go to Knitpicks, say you want one of their things that are on sale, if you could go to my show note page and copy and paste the link and put it in your browser, it will take you right there. And anything you purchase gives me a couple pennies. It doesn't raise the price. It's just a way. Since my gift cards are for Michaels and Knitpicks, it's kind of a way to help offset the money that I spend on gift cards. That's the way it is. That I have sales that they're having, and I have the wrong sales up there, so I have to find these. I have to find these. They're my emails. Let's see. I get from Joann's all the time, and I'm not even a Joann affiliate anymore, but that's okay. I have to tell you. So I ordered some yarn from Michaels. It's for a project that I'm starting again that you'll find out in a little bit. And half of it could be picked up in the store. I was shocked. And the other half they're shipping to me. So yeah, I was a little shocked there. Okay, guess what? Knitpicks has been around for 20 years. 20 years! I didn't know about it way back then. Well, they're having anniversary needle sets. You can save 20% while supplies last. Let me see what this includes. Oh, those are pretty. Interchangeables. Oh, 20th anniversary interchangeable needle set. Normally $124.99. Now they're $99.99. Everybody has their own favorite needles that they like using. I cannot use the metal ones, and the bamboo ones for the projects I use, they break too easily. For socks, I use the Chiao. I don't know how you say it, but I use the little needles, and they are perfect. Otherwise, all my needles comes from Knitpicks. My interchangeable sets that I get from Knitpicks, I love them. Some people have difficulty, but I kind of think it's not so much every needle set. I think it's more like maybe the individual needle or something. But they give you one, two, three. It looks like 4 short cables and 3 long ones. They give you 3 connecting hook thingies. They give you some progress keepers or knit markers. Then they have I'm assuming those are sizes. I'm going to look and see what it says. Yeah, sizes 4 through 10.5 US, which is 3.5 to 8 in metric. Then they have I was wrong. Two 24-inch cables, two 32-inch cables, one 40-inch cable, one 47-inch cable, and one 60-inch cable length. Wow. And accessories. They have limited edition purple interchangeable needle clutch, locking metallic stitch markers. Oh, they're okay. Yeah, they're what I thought they were. 8 black end caps, 3 cable needles, and 3 cable connectors. So I would love to add that to my cart, but it's summer. So tutoring in the summer is a hit and miss thing. Yes, you can. I'm looking for Michael's now. Yes, you can. Sorry, it's hard to do this while I'm okay. Um, Now it slipped my mind. That's just so sad. Something you can hit and miss. I remember saying that. Boy, I'm sorry, people. I don't remember. I got looking for the correct cross. I know my okay. This is infuriating. I can't do this correctly unless I open up that window almost all the way. And even then, I know that Michael's is having wonderful sales right now because they're having a yarn sale. I know that because I got my yarn and then I saw the sale. Actually, I only got half the yarn. So I ordered my yarn and I needed teal and I needed taupe. But I have some, but I was looking ahead in the calendar and I was going to need more. So I got those now, so maybe I wouldn't have to get them later. But then I have 2 other colors and that I ordered. And they told me these 2 colors could be picked up at Michael's store in Findlay, which isn't very far from us. And my husband works in Findlay. So he said, I can pick those up for you. I said, oh, bless you. But those weren't the colors I need right now. I need the other ones that I ordered. I might as well tell you why. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. No, trying to do this in order. I mentioned the Naturally Kim's Not Knitting podcast group in Ravelry. Well, through that, we have craft alongs. We just finished up, well, just 27 days ago, we finished up our finished object, but then it rolls over. So it started again on June 1st. The items that you make, please try to start June 1st and finish June 1st or later and finish no later than July 31st. Because then I'm going to close the window, random number generator picks the numbers, and I have 2 people that win gift cards. The gift cards are either or win prizes, I should say, because you can get a $10 Knit Picks card, a $10 Michaels card, or any giftable pattern up to $10. And along with that, you can get 1 Mila Knit Corner pattern, as long as the Ukraine war is going on. So, yeah, Mila was from Ukraine, and that's why I do that. And 100% of her profits goes to help people in Ukraine. So that's that one. Oh, I'm going to need ideas, guys, because crafting with lace, we're going to be finishing that up the end of June. I mean, 3 days from now. What I will do, okay, if you read the directions, read the rules, let me go over some of them. You need to have a picture for both of these, for finished object and this one. You need to have a picture of your item. I don't know why I did that. Post it in Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group under the correct title. If there's a pattern name, please list it because people like me like to then go back and purchase patterns. I'm looking at a pile of patterns that I want to start on. And yeah, I really shouldn't purchase more, but there's so many pretty ones. Anyways, yeah. So I already told you that it had to be done by June 30th, didn't I? I hope I did, because that's when it has to be done, which is a few days away. Then, if you finish an item in the knitting with lace, go ahead and post it in the finished object. If it meets the guidelines, starting June 1st, ending July 31st. Okay? Then, once again, same prices, $10 knit pick card, or a $10 Michaels card, or one giftable pattern up to $10. Okay? And I would appreciate it if you win one of those gift cards. If you could spend it, if you're going to Knit Picks or Michaels, if you could go through my show notes and buy, I would appreciate it. I really would. I mean, I don't mind giving away the prices. I mean, they're very affordable, but it does help when I have money that you guys have spent so that I could get a couple pennies. There we go. It takes me a long time to get like a $50, which is what I get from Michaels and Knit Picks. It takes me a long time to get it, but when I get it, it'll be at least $50. So that's 5 gift cards. That's not bad. Okay, let's see. Oh, big thing. If you are a winner, you have until the 15th of the month to claim your prize. If you don't, sorry, you can't get it after that. I would say I'd put it back in the roller, but they're gift cards or patterns. So, I just put the money back for next month. Okay. La 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 la. Oh, and if anybody would like to give prizes for for any of the craft alongs, you can let me know. And if it's a gift card, I will let the people know. And I'll send their name to you so you can go through and purchase it. So, yeah. If it's yarn, we can do it that same way, or you can ship it to me and then I will give it. So, anyways. Okay. What is on my needles? Well, I have started an Elsie temperature Afghan for her first year of life. And it's different than mine in that with mine, I use single threads, single strands of yarn. This one I'm doubling up because mine only went 6 months before it was long enough, plenty long for an Afghan. So I want to make sure to get every day in hers. And this is hers so far from September 1st through, well, almost the end of the month. I did warn them that she's not going to get it for her first birthday. Oh, that made everything pink. But, and this is what I'm waiting for the yarn for. So right now, I have other things on my needles again. Well, besides which, I have other things that are finished. So I have time to work on other things. That's temperature Afghan. That's for Elsie. And like I said, I'm almost through the first month when all at once I needed blue moon. And I didn't have blue moon. I had misty blue. I have teal. I don't have blue moon. And I had asked my son and my daughter-in-law to write down their colors. And I thought they wrote down blue mum. And I kept thinking, what is blue mum? Okay, well, I know there are blue mums, but okay. So I looked and went, oh, because they didn't have a blue mum, but they had a blue moon. I will tell you right now also, I did not do a podcast last week because Tuesday I had a migraine. Wednesday I had a migraine hangover. Now, I would have put this out yesterday, but guess what? I got a migraine. There was really bad weather in the area. Luckily today I had a little bit of a migraine hangover, but right now it seems to have gone away, which is amazing because it is a dreary, dreary day. Anyways, so I showed you Elsie's Afghan. I've been able to pick up something that I haven't been able to work on for ages. What do you think? Those look like dancing T-Rexes? That's my grandson Tobias's sweater. Yay! Let's see, I did bring hers over, didn't I? Oh, there it is. And then I've also been able to work on. Do you see the unicorns? I do, but I should. Genevieve's unicorn sweater. Yay! That's what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing any pattern tests right now. Okay, why are you doing that? I'm not doing any pattern tests right now. So I'm working on their sweaters. I want to get those done. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I picked my knitting bag upside down and it was open. Um, that's not. Oh, that might have been where I left off. My soup kitchen socks. I may have left off there because I did do some knitting last week. So yeah, these are soup kitchen socks. In fact, I had people keep asking me, "So what are those? What is that, Kim?" I said, "It's a sock. See, heel, toe, and I said, "Yeah, I should be getting close to being done with it." Yeah, I am. Maybe this week at work I'll finish that one. I'll have to take something else with me too. Okay, that's it for what's on my needles. There we go. I had still had something on the. Oh, now what have I finished? La-da! I did tell you last time I was going to stop at the end of 6 months because this is plenty long, which is why Elsie's is 2 strands because I want to make it a full year. But you can see that was the beginning of the year, and this was 6 months into the year. Yay! Last year. Yeah. So I can't wait to get around Christmas with Elsie's because we had really cold weather then. So colors that I probably wouldn't normally use, I'll be using. And I was leaning over because I want to show you. Now these aren't quite finished. I need to put buttons on them and put the ends in and block. I had made these because I was thinking Elsie was still tiny. Babies grow, thank goodness. So these don't fit her. So what I'm going to do, so my church suggested I hold on to these, and when somebody has a baby girl, then they can have it. Okay, what's that? I don't know. I didn't notice that before. I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyway, so this is Linda Irene, 3 months age, 3 month size. And that is just so cute. What was funny was when we visited Elsie the last time, I looked at her neck, I went, oh. And then held her up and went, oh, no, no, you can't fit those. So that was one of Tagga Hilliard or Cashier Junkies um, patterns. And this is the other one. Oh, I love the way this one feels and everything. This is, and same thing, it's a 3 month. It's not going to fit her. So this is Westland. I don't know. Can you see the little lacy area right there? Maybe. But it's also at the bottom. So this is another Tagga Hilliard's design. Love it. I love this dress. I need somebody to have another baby girl in my family. I don't think Molly will. So it'd have to be Elsie, my Indiana kids. Okay, that's that. There haven't been any questions for me. If you ever have questions for me, just post them in the comments and I'll find them. Ginger, you have to wait, okay? She's gonna clean my feet now. Now it comes to the chatty part, which I'm almost at 20 minutes. I'm sorry, but what's going on in the world? Well, right now, so I have been watching all spring. We have these two little birds. We have a T-post clothesline. Okay, open ends on both the T's. And I've been watching this year, and there's been two little birds that have been going in one end, and they'll stay for a little bit, and they may either go out the other end or come back out this end. But I've been watching, and I told Randy, we're gonna have a baby in there. Yesterday, first thing in the morning, I went to take the puppy out, and I was deadheading plants on my deck, and I looked over my clothesline, and The day before, I'd had my towel and my swimsuit up there drying, and Randy had taken them down because it was supposed to rain. But I looked and I went, "What is that?" Because it was like, yeah, that's probably about the size, but it was on top of the clothesline. I thought, what in the world? Well, it was really fluffy. It was a baby bird. I don't know how it got down there because it wasn't very steady. And later on, when I took the puppy out, we weren't allowed. Well, she was allowed to leave the deck, but I wasn't because Mama and Papa kept swooping at me. I don't know where Baby was, but I don't know if Baby fell or what. But so Baby wasn't there. I went out later with the puppy and once again couldn't get off the deck because Mama and Papa were swooping at me. I mean, they came very close. I've never had a bird swoop right really that close before. So, yeah, once again, I told my husband, I said, if you go out tonight, watch out because the Mama and Papa may swoop at you. I said, but if you see a baby bird, don't let Ginger get to it. Because being a terrier, she finds something like that and she shakes it till it doesn't move anymore. I don't want them to do that. So that's my baby bird story. I'll let you know if anything else happens with it. Then my garden is growing, but so are the weeds because we've had a little bit of rain, and the garden loves it, but so do the weeds, and so it's too muddy for me to go out there and weed. So my roses have been beautiful. I need to deadhead them, but I don't like going out in the rain and doing it. So besides, you can spread bacteria from one plant to another if you go out in the rain and do it. So yeah, my garden's growing, but so are the weeds. So I'm gonna have some issues, but yeah, everything looks lovely. Just don't know. Well, my husband goes out between the rows with the rototiller. He makes it wide enough that the rototiller can go down between the rows. So all I really have to do is between the plants. But I don't like to sink in the mud while I'm weeding. So, anyways, then today, it's going on to another topic. Then today, we have deer every year that we have some woods back behind our house, and we have deer that almost always we have a couple, and usually they have a baby or two. Well, this year I've been watching, and I've seen them across the street. They will run across our road to get to some woods on the other side of the road. And I've seen them over there, but I hadn't seen any over here. Well, last night I looked out, and there was one solo deer out there. And today, just about 2 hours ago, which would have been around noon, I looked out again, and there it was. I thought, they don't come out in the middle of the day. They don't usually like to because there's too many humans and things. But this one is out. It was very overcast and rainy, so maybe it figured it was safe because it knew us humans don't like to go out in the rain, I guess. So anyway, so yeah, that was kind of cool. Then, okay, in case you've forgotten, I am a Cincinnati Reds fan. I grew up real close to Cincinnati. I mean, it wasn't any bother to drive down there for a baseball game. And my brothers would sometimes invite me to go with them. This was after I was a nuisance. They would be watching the Reds on TV, and I would be a nuisance saying, "So, what is that? Why? Why? What is a ball? What is a strike? What?" So they sat down, and my brother Nick actually, well, they both taught me the rules of baseball. So I became a baseball fan, and then they took me down to a couple games, and I became a Cincinnati Reds fan. Die hard. I mean, this was back in the um, Big Red Machine days when we had. I would list names that they probably don't interest you, but we made it to the World Series. We were really great. Then we went through a little bit of lull. Then we came back again. Okay, then we've been the last 2 years have been really sad. Well, last year was really sad. I mean, we lost to start the year. I think we lost 22 games in a row, at least, and that basically set us up for the year. We were not good. So over the winter they traded some of my favorite players, Kyle Farmer, and I kept thinking we're gonna stink. We have a really good team. They did play the. We just finished playing the Braves, and we lost 2 of the 3 games. But the fact that we won one of those is saying a lot because the Braves are like an exceptional team. Then last night we played the Orioles and we lost, but I don't know by how much. I went to sleep before the game was over. I think. No, I didn't. We lost, but I think it was only by a run. Which, if we lose, it's usually only by a run. But quite often we're the comeback kids because if we go into the eighth or ninth inning and we're behind, usually we come back. And we didn't last night, so it was against the Orioles. But that I don't know much about the Oriole team, but I know they beat us. And I watched the games through MLB. Well, unless the game is sold out, I cannot watch the game live. So I'm usually watching it the next day, and I may know what the score is, but I don't want to know anything about who made what hit when or anything. And so I sit there and I watch the game and I keep score and oh, I'm such a baseball nut. I wish I could get down there again, but my husband doesn't care for baseball. So the last time we went to a baseball game, we were in Riverfront Stadium. Right now they have a new stadium. Honey, you're wiggling my camera. My puppy's here licking me. You may hear her. She's a noisy licker. Anyways, they have a new ballpark called Great American Ballpark. But when my brothers would take me, we went to Riverfront. Then the last game I went to, I believe, was at Riverfront. And the kids were little. I mean, Ian might have been 5. I'm trying to think where we lived at the time. He might have been 5, which means Molly would have been 7 or 8. Yeah. And we had gone to the zoo that day, and then I told Randy, while we're down here, let's go to a Reds game. Honey, you're wiggling. I'm sorry if the camera's wiggling. My puppy is just being very, wiggly. Don't move the camera. And every time I watch a game, I sit there and think, oh, I would love to go to another game, but, you know, kind of expensive. And my husband, oh, I should go on about the last time I went to a game. Last time we went to a game, we were losing going into the 7th because my husband decided we should leave now. We're going to lose the game. Let's go. We turned on Cincinnati baseball radio. We were going over to his mom and dad's house to spend the night. Listened to it all the way over there. We went into 13 innings and we won. I tell Randy, whenever he makes me leave something early, this is weird. I would have stayed till the end, but every time he makes me leave early, my team wins because we would get through his work tickets to see NASCAR. And when the kids were younger, he would stay to the end because the kids were really into it and everything. But then when they grew up and it was just him and me, we went to a NASCAR race, got the earphones, did the whole thing, and Jeff Gordon was my guy. He was not winning. It was not a good race for him. So Randy goes, well, let's go ahead and leave. Wouldn't you know they had a restart, and Jeff Gordon won. I could just hear my brother right now saying, well, that tells me you shouldn't go to these things. That, or make sure I leave early if I do. Then the last thing I was going to talk about, I've talked about my currants with you guys. Well, they all became ripe. I have white ones. You see the white ones. But then I have, I don't know if the color will show, red ones. And then I have lots of black ones. And I know my husband had some with his cereal, which is fine. I'm wanting to make some scones or scones, depends which way you say it, and put some in it because uh, I love my currants. Or I could just sit here and eat them because I love my currants. Honestly, I'd never had currants until I went to the UK with my daughter. Then we had some currant jam. Oh, that was so good. I could make. I don't have enough to make jam. So, anyways, and I'm sorry I'm talking so long. I just, this is what happens when I don't have a podcast one week, but things keep happening, like finishing my Afghan. But anyways, I hope Ginger's waiting for me to say goodbye. Uh, I think she wants to go outside. Anyways, I hope all of you have a great week. And I hope all your craftiness is successful, Ginger. Ginger, trying to train her. Ginger, look. Ginger, look. Quiet. If I go like this, she knows that means quiet. Um, I hope all your craftiness is successful, and I hope you don't have any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones and easy to fix. I love all of you. Big, big hugs. Take care. God bless. And I hope I can see you next week. Bye bye.